Right, hello everybody. Can I hear myself on stream? Yes, I can. So we should be good. How's everyone doing? A little bit earlier on today. Well, 3 minutes. Hello, Rattigan. How you doing? Oh, right. Armin will be here in, I'll say, about 10 to 15 minutes, maybe so. End of Q1 he should be here, so you don't have to listen to my voice alone the whole time today. Newcastle losing. Brad, how you doing? Not looking forward to this one bit. Where are we today? We are at Kota. Yeah, this track's a tricky one. It's got a mix of everything, I feel, like this track. It's fast, you got to drive very smooth in some sections, you got to be careful. The S section at the start, one of the most difficult bits to not get track limits. I'm expecting a few penalties today, I'm expecting a couple safety cars, but it is a wide track in certain areas, so it makes for good racing. Hey Jock, Keith will be here very soon. I'll let him know you said hello, although he might be reading it anyway. I'll go through in a moment couple of the statistics and stuff. Armin's had that idea for doing that Rivals Watch thing for a couple of weeks now. Now he's put it in, I'll go through it. It changes every week with different drivers. This week obviously being Milan and Brad. We'll go through that as well. And we should be readying up in a couple minutes, and then we'll get on to quali and see how it goes. Hopefully it's not raining, because rain round here is horrible. Sorry lads, I'm back. I've got a bit of a sore throat today, so I need to have a drink with me. I'm back, apologies. Armin, hello. Is audio and everything okay? Yep, it's all good. It's all good for everyone else on stream? Everyone here? Is it all good? I think it's fine. So obviously in qualifying, yeah, all good, lovely stuff. So obviously in qualifying today, it won't be spectated on a certain person for the part of Q1, because obviously this is through Armin's stream, so we'll probably stay in the pits for half of it, but I will be talking you through it to keep you guys updated with what's going on, and who's getting some good laps in. We'll see who's fast around here. Now a couple of people have set some good times in time trial around here, even though we can't even see the time trial times. I've been told that a couple of people were setting good times. And we're about to go into Q1 now.
Hi guys.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm about to be gone. Do you want me to put a specific driver?
Who shall we watch today? Who wants to be watched for Q1?
You got me for like 2.5 minutes before I'm gone again.
Shall we do one of the... Who comes out a lot on chat, or shall we do one of the rival watch people today, Milan and Brad?
We could. Milan and Brad normally go to Q3. I reckon we watch Who does a lot of runs? Who does do a lot of runs?
Who
I don't know.
we've got no Q1.
Do we not have a Q1?
I thought it was a full. I think it's a full quali. I think today. I believe I saw Hilly say.
Yeah, I thought Legacy was no Q1.
Yeah, I think we have a Q1 today. No Milan.
Wait, what?
No Milan.
Whoa!
Oh, full quali. Yeah, Hilly says it's full quali, but there's no Milan.
That's big.
Who should we
checking.
spectate? We're going in now. We will spectate.
There's 17 drivers. Go on, pick one.
3 missing. Okay. Who comes out a lot on track?
Bassett comes out quite a lot.
So there's Dave, I think, as well. I feel like Dave comes out quite a bit on track.
Dave Riley or Nate Danger David?
Dave Riley.
Okay, we'll watch Dave Riley. I'll
Okay.
put up graphics as well for everyone. Is there anything else I need to do?
No,
Is there any way where I just make it do its own thing?
Or
we
it
could
just
have-
moves on anyway? No, I don't think so.
No.
It's alright, I'll talk him through it.
Someone's glitched on my timing board.
Jock said hello, by the way, earlier. Told him not to say that you said hello. He's hello.
Yes, Jock, my guy. Jock, I want a pink one from you today. That's not me being biased, by the way.
Of course not,
Okay.
of course not.
Alright, Nate Danger David's our mediums. I'll leave on him.
Alright.
Okay, bye guys.
Alright, I'll be back in a minute, guys. See you in a minute, Armin. Right. So, Kota. Tricky track, but we'll show us who has the skill today of putting this on pole. Hilly says hello. Hello, Hilly. I'll tell him back. Jackson says Milan is in the session, isn't he? We currently have Milan. Milan is here, yes. He is here. Speaking of Milan, shall we go through the results of last week, where you had me, unfortunately, to listen to for a full hour and a half or something by myself. So if I get the where is it? That is the wrong thing. I need to go on the app. If we go on the app quickly, this is Pro Tier. There we go. I'll go through standings first. So in the standings, we've currently got Hilly up in P1 after taking a fantastic result last week, P2. Sitting on 254 points in the Aston Martin. But he is now followed by the Alpine driver of Milan after his lovely last-minute win again last week. Shortly, closely followed by only 4 points, Brad, who's gone up another position, up into P3 in the standings. That is your top 3. I'll go through the rest in a moment after we watch Nay Danger David's lap, see what he can do. And no, I'm actually watching this one, so we can actually go through this here. No, this track's quite difficult. Coming up around this corner, it's very easy to outbrake yourself and miss the curb. It looks like David took too much curb then. He's invalidated, so he will not be setting a time yet. We'll go on board with Jamie T, as I think Jamie T is the next one to come round. He does not invalidate, and he's also on the medium tyres as it stands. Jamie T having a fantastic race last week up until, unfortunately, getting having a moment off the safety car and spinning and then having to pit and getting caught up at the back. But he did a massive team play for Hilly, who I'm sure very, very appreciative of that. Hilly probably got away with a couple of things in the instance from that one, helping out the fellow steward, or in charge of stewards. But we got Jamie going down the straight now. This straight makes a good racing, but I think he's backed out actually now. I think, look at it, he's recharging, he's weaving, he's getting his energy back up, so he won't be also setting a time yet, or it will be a time, but not a proper one. So we'll go on board with who's next on our lap. Danger David's on the lap, he's invalidated. We'll go on board with Basson. Is Basson the next one on the lap? I believe it is. Unless Matt's ahead of him. Is Matt ahead of him? Matt is not ahead of him, and neither is Jacob, neither is Hilly. Maybe Hilly is ahead of him. Hilly, you ahead? No, it is Basson. We will stay on board with Basson. Obviously you guys can't see that, but I can. So Basson, another person who showed great pace last week, and just got, it looked like he was on the right strategy, but a couple safety cars too much. Sort of screwed his race over a bit, but he's showing good pace, especially the last few weeks. He's up the ante. He's showing that he's faster, and trying to score points on the board for himself and the team at McLaren, as he's actually not invalidated yet. He's going through the very fast bit of the track. Oh, sorry, I missed. No, I did not miss Jamie T. Yeah, it's Jamie's time with 1:45.521, but it is not a legitimate time. This will be the first legitimate time on the board, I think, from Basson in the McLaren as he gets DRS on now. Used up all his DRS for this lap as he sets a 1:36.720. Good benchmarker for people to beat. As Jacob goes second with a 1:37 flat, and then Hilly goes fastest with a 1:35.9. That is a very, very, very fast lap from Hilly. Hilly setting the early pace again. Aston Martin driver looking to extend his gap in the constructors in the championship, drivers' championship. Speaking of constructors, it is currently Alpine. Alpine are on top currently with 357 points after Milan's win last week, as Matt goes fastest with a 1:35.638, so even quicker than Hilly by nearly 3 tenths. Matt again showing the pace that he has. Is it just me or is the stream potato quality? Guys, if the stream's potato quality, let me know. Armin, I have no idea. Maybe you need to restart YouTube, because sometimes it does go off and on a bit, and then when you go back on it, it looks alright. But if the stream's bad, just let us know, guys. Who's next? Who set a time? There's the next person set a time. It's a 1:35.570, and it's from the Ferrari driver of Dajan Page Riley. I think it's me. It comes and goes. Yeah, Armin, yeah, it isn't great, Rattigan said, Armin. Is it bearable? Is it watchable? Can you see what's going on? While that's going on, I will go back to the quali quickly. So Jacob set a time, Dame Page Riley was obviously next person set a time 1:35.5 in the Ferrari. Another person who's been showing a lot of pace recently and just hasn't really gone his way in the race. Very unfortunate incidents he's been caught up in. Brad's on an outlap. I think Brad's the only one on the lap, no Jock's on a lap. As he has gone purple sector, but it is a first lap for Jock, so may not be a legitimate purple sector, but we know how fast Jock is, especially after last week. Hilly on the mediums. I've just realised that was a 1:35.9 on the mediums. That's a very fast time. So Hilly's gone P3, or is P3 on the mediums with a 1:35.9. Already in the 1:35s on the mediums is good. So I think the next person to come around is Jock. I'm on board with Jock right now. So is Armin. Interesting. So Jock now going through probably the most difficult part of the track to keep it all together. Don't want to take too much curb where you unsettle the car on validate. Now around this part of the track you can either take it flat out or fairly flat out, but you do get wheel spin, as I thought Jock lost the car then, but he's just kept it together, kept it within track limits. And this is a corner that you have to brake earlier than it says the final corner, because the sun, I know, gets in the way and is very off-putting. But he looks like he's hit it well, hit the curb, stays on track, uses ERS. That's going to be a 1:35.946 also on the medium times. Medium times, medium tyres. As Milan says, predictions. Firstly, hello Milan, how you doing? Stream quality is like trying to... Is it bad? Is it bad? Look, if we'll stick with it for Q1, and when Arm's back, if it's bad, we'll restart. But for now, you're just gonna have to listen to my voice instead. Anyway, Milan, hello. First of all, secondly, my predictions. I'm saying Rattigan wins this race. I think Rattigan's going to win this race. But in terms of pole position, I think we're going to see Ash back up on the top spot again. I think we're going to see Ash on pole this time. After having a bit of an unfortunate race last week, crashing out. But I think he's going to hit back and he's going to be putting this on pole. But in terms of the race, the top three I'm going to say is going to be Rattigan, closely followed by... Ooh, who am I going to say is going to get second? Call me Arkid to take P2. No, we can't say Call me Arkid to take P2. He has a quali ban, doesn't he? So we're going to go with Egolf Hazard to take P2. And in P3, I'm going to say... You know, I'm going to say Basson. I think we're going to get a 1-3 from the McLaren drivers this week, which will be massive for them in the Constructors? If so, gone with a little rogue one this week. You can see David Page Riley up there as well with the pace he's shown, and obviously the usuals of Brad and Hilly and Jock and all those other drivers. Danger David. If Kormiaki can get through again with the pace that he's been showing, then he can always be up there. And obviously Milan. Who has set a time? Brad has set a time on mediums, actually, speaking of Brad, with a 1:35.583. So very close to the fastest lap, and he's done that on medium tyres. Mr. Brad, Mr. I don't like this track, unbearable, sets a P2 time on the mediums. Next up, we have to set a time. Who will it be? Who's the furthest ahead? Is it the McLaren? That is Rattigan on an out lap. That was Rattigan starting his lap. There's a Ferrari on an out lap as well as an Aston Martin on an actual lap. It is Jamie T, and he has gone purple in sector 2. So that, or is it sector? No, yeah, sector 2. So that is actually a legitimate purple sector because he has set a time, as of other people. So Jamie T is flying right now, and he is on the soft tyres. Just to, oh no, oh no, oh, sorry, Jamie. That, gosh, I'm just a curse to the Aston Martin drivers. Every time I go on board with them, something happens. Let's just get off that one quickly. Who's next? Alpine's run out lap, trying to keep up with who's on the lap. Is it Ash? It's Ash on the lap now, I think. The first cut, or was it Haas in front? No, it is Jaxa. No, Jaxa's about to start a lap because he has all the ZRS. Who's the Mercedes that's just flown by from in front? That is expired Jacob. Is this another lap for Jacob? It might be. He has used DRS. Is he recharging and going to the pits? We will find out soon. And if it's not Jacob, then it will go on board with Ash. Jacob. Been unfortunate with a couple of results recently, but he's shown he's got the pace to be at the front, as he's shown in a couple of races after, before it's gone wrong or whatever. Is he staying out? He is staying out, so this is a proper time, I think, from Jacob. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 1:36.1, and he goes up an extra position. Next, Ash goes through with a P4 with a 1:35.8 on the mediums. So the medium times are proving quite good at the moment. But if everyone sets medium time, someone's going to have to go back out again. I think Rattigan's just come around the final corner now. As Rattigan does come around the final corner, sets a 1:36.1 on the set of softs, goes P7. Just one car separating him and his teammate of Basson. Next up is, how do I pronounce your name? Is it Spiky? 522. New driver we've got here in the Ferrari this week, as we are missing Shaggy Carrot, I believe. He is invalidated on his lap at the moment, so he'll be starting his lap now, I think. Is there anyone else that I've missed that's on a lap behind? Rattigan's already set a time. Jacob's already set a time. Jaxa set a time, but there isn't a legitimate time from Jaxa. I think it's Milan next. It will be Milan next. A man who we know is fast. And it looks like he's taking this very well at the moment. He's used all the ZRS. Now, will it mess up his final sector a little bit? He takes it very nicely down the final corner, and he goes fastest with 1:34.9. 6/10 faster than everyone else. Admittedly on the set of soft, but he is setting the pace at the beginning of this race, looking to start where he left off last week. As Brad says, he broke way too late on my end lap and nearly went flying into the wall. Had to go around again, nearly ran out of fuel. I think I've done that round here as well, Brad. The pit lane, it does turn in more than it looks like, and it's quite a short pit lane, but if you get caught up coming out of it up on the hill with a fight, it is scary. Very, very scary when you're going too wide on someone up the hill. Next up is an AlphaTauri. Is that Danger David come around to set at the time? It is Danger David, and he goes second with a 1:35.2. Another man who has been showing his pace. He currently sits in the Drivers' Championship. Sits in P4, 205 points, only 10 points off P2, and only 49 points off P1. So one race win if Hilly does DNF, which obviously we don't want to happen, but if he does, you get right back up there. So while we're at X, I don't think anyone's come around the track yet. As I was saying, Hilly said the stream's all good now. Armin, if you're there, it's all good. Thank you, Hilly. We have Ash in P5 on 201 points, so it's very, very close between second, third, fourth, and fifth. The total of 14 points separating them altogether. I mean, that is mental. As Spaichi goes 12th for 1:36.4. We also have Egolf Hazard coming around now. As Milan, followed by his teammate Egolf Hazard. Actually, as I say, that went dodgy. Oh, God. Look, you lot shouldn't be watching the stream anyway. You lot should be driving. Pay attention to the track. You get to listen to my Armin's voice. That's all you have to deal with. Hopefully, we don't sound like robots, but get your ass back on track. Set a time. You don't have to watch the stream. And then we have Rattigan in P6 on 159 points. Probably could have been more for Rattigan this season, but just unfortunate the way it's gone with races that have led to DNFs or spinning, or just a couple of things that happened to a few drivers this season. But they're keeping the consistency. Pro Tier is the best when it comes to entertainment. As Hilly says, I'm hoping to see this time. I'm hoping this time sees me through. There we go. Got there in the end. Hilly's sitting P7 right now. He's in the 135s. I think he'll probably be good, but he has chucked on a set of softs in case he does have to come back out. There's an Aston Martin coming around now. That's Jamie T, who I know went purple in sector 3, but he's got another go around now. We should start this lap now, I think. So we will go on board with Jamie. So I will have to get out corner names around here because I'm awful when it comes to corner names. The other one I know is Miami because I've done Miami so much. But through the S's, Jamie T hasn't validated because I was probably spectating them again. Jamie, I am so sorry. Next time you go on a lap, I won't spectate you. I'll just leave you to it. Got a Ferrari coming around now. That will be Damon Page. Riley come back out on the softs to set another time. I think he's hoping to see if he can get further up there. Is that Baton coming around now on the lap? I think it is, and there's an Aston Martin coming around. We've got both Aston Martins back today, which is good to see. Jazz and Tuck. Tuck showing some good pace recently. Jazz hoping he can match that, or even better, outdo it. We also have a Haas coming round. Jaxa, who will be happy to see that Tom is not driving this week, and instead is driving this solo for the Haas boys. He's going to start his lap now, so we will go back on board with the first person who's on another lap, which I believe is Jock. It is Jock, because Jamie T did invalidate. So Jock sitting P8 right now on the set of soft 135.9. I imagine he can probably take a few more, maybe half a second out of that with the pace that Jock often shows. But yeah, again, another driver who unfortunately has been caught up again in instance, but he does sit P9 in the standings on 136 points, so is not out of this at all yet, and he does go purple sector 1 or sector 2. What sector is that? That is sector 2. And that is a genuine purple sector 2 for Jock as he goes a little bit wide there, but keeps it within track limits. He does have the red flash and fuel light, which means he is probably on one lap only, so if he messes up this lap, he'll be coming back into the pits. But he is hitting it quite well at the moment. That sun, I know on this track, because I've had it before, is so off-putting down that straight. It's so low. It's so hard to see in front of you. But Jock goes round now, and he sets a 135.393, goes up to P3. That time should see him through. Now, a person who may need to improve to get through is Basson, but he hasn't validated, but he's going to be going around again. We will sit on board with Hazard as a minute, though, because he is on an actual lap. No, he's not. He's back in the pits. Hazard's back in the pits, and he currently sits P9. Is it going to be enough? It could be close with the amount that these guys improve throughout quali, but he could be through with that with 25 seconds left to go. So this is going to be people's last runs, actually. I have just realised. So this is Jaxa. Yeah, Jaxa next, setting the proper time. What's it going to be? He's P17 at the moment, but it is not a genuine lap. He comes around the final corner now, and he goes up to P16 only with a 143 flat. He's got only one choice, which is to go back round and try and get through, but I think it might be done for the Haas driver in this quali session. Now, people who are fighting the Haas in the constructor standings are Alfa Romeo, and speaking of Alfa Romeo, round the corner comes Tuck, but Tuck set his time already as he's invalidated, so that is the end of his quali as well. Next up, the Aston Martin of Jamie T. Jamie actually going to set a time. He does set a time, but it's not enough. It's a 136.8, and he goes P16 above the Haas driver. And the Ferrari of Dave, is that? No, it's Ferrari of Spikey, who's already set a time and stays P14. That is Jock, who has already set a time. There's only one driver left, or was that it? That might be it, actually. No, it is Basson. Basson. He is, unfortunately, still over his time. Or down this time, as he invalidates anyway. But, luckily for Basson, I think he will be through of this session by the skin of his teeth, with obviously not 20 drivers, as he speeds it into the pit lane there. If we hit the wall then. And then Jaxa, who is going around again, but I don't think he's got the ERS to keep this up. I think he's probably up on his time. I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, he's 11 seconds over, unfortunately. So that will be quali, which means we will be losing the 3 drivers of Kormiakid, who did not set a time due to a quali ban. Jaxa, who unfortunately did not set a genuine time, since we know he can go faster than that. And then Jamie T, who I've messed up about 3-4 times already on stream, goes out with a 136.8, just attempts separating him and Basson, who just gets through by the skin of his teeth. But the early pace setter is, yet again, the Alpine driver, sits P2 in the championship, and he goes by the name of Milan. So with that, we'll go through the timing. So we've got Milan and P1, 2 Scottish drivers with Danger David and Jock in P2 and P3, and then we go full Brexit into P4, P5 and P6 with Dave, Brad and Matt. And we have Ash sitting in P7, the Canadian driver, closely followed by the championship leader on the mediums, directly a second off of P1, being Hilly, who's not South African, but he is South African. Then we've got the Norwegian driver of Egolf Hazard in P9, Rattigan in P10, Jacob in P11, Tuck in P12, Jazz in P13, Spoichi in P14, getting through out of Q1 on his first session here, so good job there. And Basson in P15 with a 1:36.720. Just a little bit faster than the people we're going to be losing, unfortunately, which is Jamie, Jaxa and Kormiakid. And that is the end of the Q1 session. So, while we're loading in, go through the constructors again. So we've got Alpine, Aston Martin, Red Bull, AlphaTauri, then Ferrari, then Mercedes, then McLaren, then Haas, and we've got Williams and Alfa Romeo on the exact same points in P9 and P10. Just a little bit ahead of them is the Haas. And then on 242 we have the McLaren, closely following the Mercedes on 251. And then Ferrari just ahead on 265. Then we have AlphaTauri fighting Red Bull on 309 and 337. And then we have the Aston Martin on 341 with the Alpine on 357. So it's close throughout the entirety of the constructors. As Brad has said, surprised myself about time mediums. I've been disappointed with my pace all week round there. Yeah, Brad, whatever. No, it was a good time, a very good time to see you through on the set of mediums, saving yourself a set of softs for Q3 to set a couple of flying laps, which may give you that chance at pole. Jamie says, I'm washed. You're not washed. The race can change everything, especially around here on this track. I expect a lot of shake-ups on the grid throughout this race. Through that S section, penalties getting picked up, people making up those positions. If you can stay penalty-free around there, I expect a lot of positions to be gained, as after all that is how Milan won Australia last week. And because of that, he's jumped up to P2 in the standings. So, into Q2, I think it's Hilly, the first person to set a lap. It is Hilly. He's first and he's first out. Let's get the track map up. We have the track map. We have Cemetery, and he is on a set of softs this time. We have Jacob on a set of mediums and Danger David on a set of mediums as well. Hoping they can maybe get through into Q2 on mediums, but it is obviously more difficult with the track pace ramping up and less people to outdo in quali. Jamie says, I had one decent lap and spun last corner. I saw that where you went purple and then I messed you up again. And Jackson says, watch me bottle it first lap, like how we bottled Bournemouth. Oh yeah, you're a Tottenham fan. Did make me laugh when Richarlison thought he scored and yet again was offside. And then Dan Juma thinking he's got to draw out the game, and then Bournemouth said, nah mate, you called Tottenham for a reason. But anyway, not to rub it in for Tottenham fans, we have Hilly on a lap now. He is on the softs this time, so he'll be faster than he was in Q1. By how much we will see, I can't even remember what the first place time was in Q1. But Hilly, going through the S section now, takes it very nicely actually. Hardly lets off throttle throughout the entirety of the S section. Doesn't mess up whatsoever. Very clean so far. You can gain so much time from the S section, which may be the difference between a P2 lap and a P1 lap. That section alone is very tricky, but I know people say it's better on wheel, but the amount you have to, the amount of, sorry, the amount of force that you get on the wheel around there is probably ridiculous. I don't drive wheel, so I can't say. I'm a controller fraud, and a full traction fraud, and an auto gears fraud. As Hilly takes the decent amount of curb there. He does have an AlphaTauri in front of him, which hopefully doesn't mess up his lap. The AlphaTauri does seem to have moved out of the way, maybe giving him a little tow through there, actually. Potentially giving him a bit more time. Oh, as Hilly has a moment coming out that corner there. Does keep it together, though. Probably lost a tenth or so going around there. But it does look like quite a clean lap, to be fair. He stays flat out through the very fast right-hander. Coming up into the final corner now. Has as much curb does he take. Clips the curb. Stays in track limits very well. Comes over the line with a 136.7 for the Aston Martin driver. Next up is the McLaren of, I'm going to say it's Basson. It is Basson, and it's going to be a 135.957. And then Jock overtakes that with a 135.262. Next up is the Mercedes of Jacob on the set of mediums, sets of 137.109. And then next is a Ferrari driver of David Page Riley with a 135.288. So very, very close to Jock on the timings there. Next up is Jazz coming around the final corner now. Used up all ZRS. It's going to be a 135.586. Goes P3. Great lap there. Very good lap from Jazz there. Next up is the other Ferrari driver of Spacey. Goes P8 with 137.9. And then it is the Alfa Romeo driver, who, that's not a real time, of a 152.771. And then Brad, on a set of softs, goes fastest with a 134.992. The Mercedes driver, yet again, looking pacey around Kota. Healy's on mediums. Healy's on mediums, yet it says he's on softs. Hilly, what are these mind games we're playing at? So Hilly's apparently on mediums. I'm not sure if it's wrong on my end or if it's wrong on his end. This has happened before and I'm not sure who's right and who's wrong, but we shall see what he's got at the end. If he's on mediums, then fair play. Fair play. It's a good time on the set of mediums. And if Hilly is on mediums, then he is currently set in P7 with 136.717. Goes back into the pits. As who went up there, and that is Matt P4 with 135.538. The AlphaTauri driver looking pacey round here today. So goes P4, closely followed by Nate Danger David, who set his time on mediums as well with a 136.215. It's in P7. Next up is the Ferrari driver, who I think is coming to the pits. It'll be David Page Riley. He has set a lap. He is in the pits. And then it'll be AlphaTauri driver of Danger David, also into the pits. And then it'll be the Alfa Romeo driver of Jazz, I think, who's also going to be in the pits. As will Tuck, unless Tuck's on an actual lap now, is he? Well, Tuck may be on a genuine lap. Tuck is staying out, which means he is on a lap. Does he have the fuel to go back round? Hopefully it's enough. What's he going to do? It's going to be a 136.421. Goes P8. Above Hilly, who he says is 100% on mediums. I believe you, Hilly. The game doesn't. I do. Next is Rattigan to start his lap. But there is a person who's already on his lap, and he goes by the name of Ash F1 in the Red Bull. One of the paciest mans on the grid. Takes a lot of curb there, but keeps it just within track limits, so he's getting the most out of this lap as possible. As he comes over the line now to set a 135.188, and it's a P2 and P3 for both Red Bull drivers at the moment. Looking good, the team. Next is a Alpine starting the lap. Always get done by this. And then we have Matt, who I think will be coming to the pit. Matt is in the pits, so that is the next person set a time will be. Hang on. Not be Tuck, because Tuck's set a time. It will be the McLaren of Mr. Rattigan, Mr. Rattabus, Jar Jar Dinks. He also told me to call him today Ratta messed up, we'll say, because we do not swear on this stream, because we keep it PG. So Rattigan come around now, a man who I know who has been pacey in time trial. Goes purple sector 2, obviously not a genuine purple sector, although it did look quite fast, so it might have been. Takes all of the curb onto the exit. Keeps it together though. Going very fast around the corner there. Doesn't let off throttle one bit. He's come around to the final corner now. Does he hit the curb or does he go a bit wide of it? We shall see. He dipped into it a little bit, I think. Keeps it within track limits. DRS on. And he goes fastest with a 134.5. Rattigan's cooking. and he's cooking something. The McLaren is up in P1, setting the pace for Q2 as it stands. Next is Hilly, who is starting the lap. Now, Hilly, are you on a set of softs now? I know you can't say that while you're driving, but I have a feeling sitting P11, you're going to have to come out on a set of softs. Who just went up then? Who was that? Well, we'll look through. I think it was Egolf Hazard with a 1:35.773, sits P8. And we'll stay on board with Hilly at the moment. A man who showed consistency throughout the season. Couple of dodgy races, Spa comes to mind. But aside from that, he has kept it consistent throughout the whole season, and that is what you need to win the championship. Obviously, it's not over yet because we know how quick this changes. But keeping it consistent, again as Milan, keeping it consistent as well, going P3 with 1:35 dead on the set of softs. The Alpine driver, yet again, up in the top 3 for quali. We have Hilly going down the straight now. He's got DRS on, 45% ERS left. It will be enough to get round in his lap. He may have used it all up before we get to the final corner, as I've seen a couple of people doing today. But it won't matter, because he goes purple sector 2. He's 1.2 seconds up. He must be on a set of softs now, because if not, he is flying. Well, he's flying anyway, but if it was a set of mediums, I'd be extremely worried about everyone else, because that is rapid. Lovely little camera angle I've got there, as he goes round into the second to last corner now. Keeps it flat, as he goes about to activate DRS. He takes a decent amount of curb. He keeps it within track limits. He's got his DRS on. It's going to be a 1:34.757. He goes P2 for the Aston Martin driver. Now tell me that was on a set of softs. Next up is Hazard. He's in the pits. And I think everyone's set time for now. Danger David is on a lap now. Comes on the final corner. This is a genuine lap after setting 1:36.2. He has to improve, and he does improve, and he goes above his teammate with 1:35.294. Goes P8, just behind the Ferrari driver of David Page Riley. And next is the Mercedes of Jacob. Does go faster, but it's not going to be enough as it stands. 1:36 flat above the Alfa Romeo and Ferrari driver. Speaking of the Ferrari driver, he's about to start a lap now, I think. 100% ERS. That wasn't the softs. Thought so. Is that... Yeah, okay, I believe you now. Spoichi starts his lap now. Is the car behind on the lap? Also starting the lap. Aston Martin. Who's that? That must be Hilly. Hilly's not on natural lap now, I don't think. So is the next person to set time? David already set time. He's in bad date anyway. Baston's an out lap. Mercedes on an actual lap. So the Mercedes on an actual lap? Activate DRS. Maybe. If not, then I've got this wrong. Did Jacob just set a time? I think he did, didn't he? That's how good my memory is today. Let me just get the stream up, see if it's good quality. Yeah, the stream's bearable. You guys are part of it anyway. Anyway. Back now, it's a Red Bull. Starting a lap. There's an AlphaTauri. Starting a lap as well. Will these be the final runs? This track's quite long, so I imagine this is going to be the final runs for people in this Q2 session. I know Spike is a natural lap, I think. Yeah, he is a natural lap. And he goes P11 with 1:35.7. Gets himself through as it stands by the skin of his teeth. That may not be enough. As Tarka's P2 with 1:34.7. Wow. He heard me say he had pace, and he's showing it again. What a lap. Next is is it Alpine? Who's invalidated to start lap now, so it will be a Red Bull this time. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It will be a Red Bull, but not the Red Bull I'm talking about. Unless Bassen's on the lap as well. Is Bassen on the lap? Yes, he is. And he goes wide, but somehow doesn't invalidate. He will need to improve to get through. It's a decent amount of time. He got cut off. Ooh, he is probably going for it though. He lost a bit of time going wide there. But is it going to be enough? It's going to be a 135 point. No, it's not. It's 136.5. So it isn't enough. And will that be it? Can you get round time? How much time left? I've got 2 yellow flags over the top. Oh. Game, let me see. 50 seconds, and I think it will be. Next is drop P2 of a 134.6. Then the Ferrari starting the lap. I don't know who's on the lap anymore. Who's on the lap? Who's on the lap? There's a Mercedes coming over now. There is a Alpine. Was that Alpine improved? Maybe. Yeah, I think so. Nope, starting the lap as well. Alfa Romeo. Please be on the lap. Wrong Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo isn't on the lap. We've got AlphaTauri. Invalidated. And then we have Egg Hazard. That's a genuine lap. This is a genuine lap. As he goes to the final corner now. Keeps it within track limits. DRS on, and it's going to be a 135.393. As it stands, that drops Matt out. But Matt is on the lap. He can't invalidate now, though. It's his last chance to get through. Is it going to be enough? He keeps it very nice through the S section. We'll go back and forth with him in a minute. The Red Bull goes round. Actually, stays P6. Jock's done for quali, I think, with the time he's set. Bassen, what's he done? He's invalidated, so that will be the McLaren driver out. And then he hits the wall going to the pit lane. Danger David has completed his... Is that Danger David? No, that's Matt. No, it's not Matt. Matt's come down the straight now. And as it stands, he hasn't invalidated. So, will he improve to get out? We shall find out as a Ferrari coming around the thing now. Is it Dave? It is Dave. He goes up to P5 of 134.7. 6-7. And then a Mercedes of Brad with a 134.316. There it is. That's the pace. They pretend he doesn't have, but does. Every single quality session. On a set of softs as well. So is that the first genuine time I think we've seen from Brad? Probably. Next up, coming down around the final corner is Matt. He has to improve now because otherwise he's out. Is it going to be enough? It is. It just goes up P9. Goes that teammate down to P10. Is he going to be the reason his teammate goes out? No, he's not, because Hazard is interestingly going into the pit lane there. So who's left to set a time? I think that's it. That is it. Gosh, that was hard to keep up with. Everyone set a time. Coming to the pits now is the Alpine, and that will be it. Right, so with that is Q2 done, and Brad sets the fastest time of a 134.3, followed by Rattigan with a 134.5, and Jock with a 134.6. We have Tuck P4 with a great lap of 134.7, Hillian P5, Dave in P6, Action P7, Milan in P8, Matt in P9, and Danger David just getting through in P10. We unfortunately lose the Alpine driver of Egolf Hazard, the Alfa Romeo with Jazz, the Ferrari driver of Spitechy, apologies if I'm saying your name wrong, and we also lose Bassen and expired Jacob. The infamous No Jacob No. Predictions now. Predictions now I've seen the pace. Have I seen the pace though, Milan, or are you just baiting me and then you're going to go set an absolutely amazing lap and pull it on pole? You know I never doubt you, Milan. But predictions, I'm still saying... Who did I say with pole? Who did I say put with pole? I can't remember. Who did I say earlier put at pole? I said Rattigan would win the race. Who did I say? I can't remember who I said. Let me just look through the names. I can't remember. I think we're going to see David Page Riley on pole now anyway. I'm going with David Page Riley on pole now. Anyone's got a chance of putting them on pole in Q3. You've got that one lap, you hit it right, and it may just be enough to get you through, but I'm going with the Ferrari driver on pole. Milan, you're still going to be up there pretending that, you know, you ain't as fast, but I know you are. And then obviously keep an eye out for Brad and Rattigan, who were P1 and P2 in that quali. But this is the one that matters now. This is Q3. The fastest time will put you in first place. That's very Will Buxton of me, that. But you know what I mean. This is the lap that will put you on pole position. This ain't Q1, this ain't Q2. This is Q3. And the first car out on track is the McLaren of Rattigan, unfortunately losing his teammate in Q2. Can Rattigan put it on pole for the McLaren team? Or will Zach Brown having to be looking for more sponsors to put on the car? We will find out very shortly. He is then followed by the Aston Martin of Hilly. And then the Ferrari of David Page Riley. Cheers, Will. I thought it was Q4. Shut up, Brad. Shut up, Brad. Imagine the Q4 top 3 ever shoot out for pole position. But right now I'm going to say David Page Riley on pole. That's what I'm going to say. He's shown the consistent pace in both quali sessions. I don't think he's shown us what he can properly do yet. So we will find out. But the first person who we will find out what their time is, if they don't invalidate, is Rattigan. Starting his lap now. Get the telemetry on. There we go. Right, we're off. So, coming up in turn 1. When does he brake? Brakes now. Does he take the curb or does he go a bit wide? He keeps it very close and narrow into turn 1, getting as much time out of that corner as possible. As he goes into the S section, now does he invalidate through here? We will find out. Hits the first one nicely, hits the second one nicely, lets off a little into the third, but he keeps it together very clean, keeps it very tight, very good through the S section as well. Looking like a nice clean start so far. Keeps it together through there as well, as I think Hilly's had a spin. Aston Martin driver now let him through. The Mercedes is now Rattigan. Hits the hairpin, going down onto the straight. Also keeps it nice and close with DRS on. This looks like a good lap so far. As we're now into Sector 2. Come up to the very technical part of the track. Hits the brakes. Does he take curb? He does take the curb. Keeps it together though, does not overdo it where up to invalidation. And so far he's on a very, very clean and fast lap at the moment. As he goes through the left and right section. He's on minimal fuel. He's getting everything he can out of his lap. Does he go flat out? He does stay flat out. And coming into the second to last corner. Keeps it nice and tight, keeps it on the curb. And then onto the final corner. All the DRS used. DRS on. Ooh, for invalidate then. Going around and it is a 134 dead. I think that's the fastest time we've seen so far. But we'll find out because Mr. P2, no we won't because Brad's not actually on the lap, he's on an out lap. So the next person will be Dave. Who's used up all his DRS. And is it going to be better? It's a 135.3. 3 temps off? No, 1.3 temps off, seconds off. So that is not as fast as he can go. May have had a moment through there or backed out. But next is Jock, who's on the bad day lap. He's starting his lap now. What about his teammate? Is he on an actual lap? Nope, he is about to start his lap. What about the Alpine of Milan? No, he's on an out lap. So it will be... Hold on. I'm trying to figure out. I'm going to stay on board with... It's Brad and Hilly. So we'll stay on board with Brad. a man who's been setting consistently fast times throughout quali, is he got the purple helmet on today? Have a look. Is that I think that is the purple helmet. It's the infamous purple helmet for the Mercedes driver. He's had good results on it. He knows we like the helmet, so he's worn it for us today, and hopefully going to put on a show. But right now, he does go purple sector. Hasn't set a genuine time yet, obviously. Ash goes P3 with 138.289, so not a genuine time from the Canadian either. Going to the difficult part of the track now. Stays flat out. Does he let off at all? Doesn't let off whatsoever. Keeps it nice and narrow. Second to last corner. Clips a little bit of the curb and then takes as much curb as he can onto the exit. Does he clip the curb around the final corner? He does. Dips into it. Keeps it within track limits, and it's going to be a 134.2. So it is 1-2 for the same drivers again. But Rattigan's got the edge at the moment. And then Hilly goes P3 with 135.1. Next up is the Red Bull of Jock, and he goes P3 with 134.2. So we have 3 drivers in the 134s now, all very close together as well. Hilly the first top driver in the 135s. We have another Red Bull coming around. That is Ash. This is another lap. This is another lap from Ash. 134.9 just behind his teammate of Jock. Another driver in the 134s. Next up is the Alpine driver, who I believe has been holding something back from us, and he's about to set an absolutely blistering lap. He's come around the final corner now, and it's going to be a 134.3 as well. So a 10th separating P2 all the way down to P4. Close again, as always, in these quali sessions. Next up will be Tuck. He showed he had pace in Q2, setting a fantastic time. Can he keep it up for Q3? The Alfa Romeo driver comes around the final corner now. It's going to be a 1:35.4. It's not quite as fast as he went in Q2, I don't think. And he'll be wanting another go at that. Danger David has invalidated. Aston Martin is no. Hilly's on an actual lap. I think if Hilly pulls into pits, or if he stays out, what's he going to do? No, he's recharging. He's back into the pits. Both Red Bulls have set a time. I think they're on their own laps. I think everyone who has set a time has done their lap now, so we'll be coming to the pits. The only person who hasn't set a time is Danger David and his teammate of Matt. One isn't out on the track at the moment, and one invalidated and is now in the pits also. So, for the first runs of 8 out of 10, Rattigan sets the early pace, or current pole position, with a 134 dead. And no, that's going to be very hard to beat. Lovely setup you got there, Rattigan, by the looks of it. I did say Rattigan for the race win, I believe. But I said David Page ride for pole. I think that, yep, both the AlphaTauri drivers coming out on track now. Are they going to give each other a tow? They're going to help each other out? We shall find out. David obviously going out to set a time, but invalidating, and Matt coming out for his first lap now. So, maybe I should ask my leading commentator what he thinks of the pace so far.
Hello, I'm back. How are you?
I am great.
I've come here to save you. Although you saved me many times this season. It's a good quality session so far. I've just caught the last 3-4 minutes. Rattigan setting the pace early doors in this Q3 session with a very good time. Will we see a driver in the 33s? I think we will, to be honest.
To be fair, not much more time needs to be dropped off of Rattigan to fill it into the 33s. So yeah, I think we might, and Brad isn't going to be happy with that. He wants that P1.
Is P2 Brad?
P2 is Brad.
He's glitched on my screen.
What's he saying on your screen?
It's just...
Oh, wait, he's got no name.
Yeah, he's got no name.
He's driver in P2 yet.
That's interesting from the game there.
But we've got 2 AlphaTauri drivers coming around now, so their first laps. First car of the AlphaTauris is Matt, who was showing pace throughout quali, getting himself into Q3 with his teammate, and I think the only other team, bar the Red Bulls, that are both into Q3.
Really good stuff from that AlphaTauri crew.
As Matt's about to start his lap now.
Yep, I'll
followed by Danger David. Is he giving them a tow?
Does look like it. They are quite close to each other. Not sure if these two know each other in real life or not.
Teamwork on track though does look like it is a thing as he goes into the S section now. Does he keep it together? It's 1 and 2 nicely. Oh, he invalidates through there. That section is so difficult.
It is indeed.
As I've been called Will Buxton as well by Brad because it says Q3 is the fastest person starts on first.
I almost said that a few weeks ago. I was going to say whoever sets the fastest lap starts on pole. They just David when purple set to 1, but obviously he doesn't have time it, and his teammates give you a brilliant tow. That tow would have been really good there.
Ratigan's coming around the set, his final lap now. This is going to be the final laps of everybody in this quali session. A couple of people wanting to improve. Ratigan obviously be wanting to extend that gap at the top, and Brad will be chasing him down as well as the rest of the pack.
Yep. You know who's going to be first to set an actual time?
It will be. That's a great question. We currently have Axe who's on the lowest amount of VRS, so I assume he's the one actually on a lap.
I think the two AlphaTauri will be first.
Oh, it'll be Danger David actually. Yep.
Yep. So let's see what he could do. The man who does not have a time yet. The man in the fight for P2.
P4 he currently sits, but he is only sorry, let me just check. He is only 11 points off P2.
He goes 5th only with a 34.484.
Matt come round now. Does Matt set a time yet, or is he on the lap now?
He's on the lap now.
He is on the lap now. The Aston Martin of Hilly also starting his lap now, and then the Ferrari of David Page Riley also starting his lap now.
Yep, so I think the next one...
burn the laps.
Yeah, next one will be Action's invalidated, so that's Action's quali done, starting P6.
Unfortunate for Action. Obviously crashing out last week, wasn't what he wanted, but still, starting P6 maximum at the moment, obviously people improve. Still not bad, especially with this track.
Exactly, USA quite a good track for overtaking, but there's a lot of mistakes to be made at USA as well.
So the first person, or the next person to set a time, will be the man who currently sits in provisional pole.
Ooh,
and he goes by the name of Ratigan. He's parked the Rapid bus on P1 and he's come into the pits. Something Brad would be liking to see. Is Brad up in this time or down this time? We'll have a look.
Oh, Jock invalidated in the last corner.
Jock's invalidated in the last corner. That is unfortunate. Sitting P3 as well.
Here comes Tuck. I'm not sure. Tuck goes 6th.
Tuck goes P6. He's flying around there with the time he's set in Q2.
Milan goes P2.
Milan jumps up to 2nd. There comes Brad though. He's invalidated in the last corner.
Oh!
He's invalidated in the last corner. He went a bit wide and that was it. He was also just over his time, I think, in the end anyway, but that last corner catching a couple of people out there.
Hilly's invalidated as well. A lot of drivers invalidating on their last runs.
Say, as we've had before, the sun round here is horrible.
It is the worst. It's this is one of the worst tracks for the sun. What is the sun like?
Straight is horrendous.
What am I looking at? David Page Riley, he is known as a qualifying expert. He goes P6.
David's gone for a little spin. So that would be Danger David's lap done also. So the only person who's left to set a time is the only person who hasn't set a time. He goes by the name of Matt and he's got quite a bit of ERS. I don't think this is going to be genuine.
He's going to come in.
That might be it.
That is our qualifying. Oh,
Matt smacks the pit.
We can't be having this already. Okay.
So the Rattabus has parked it on pole. A6 P1. I said him for the. I gave him the shout for the race win. I also told him that is a fantastic setup he's got there. Wonder who that is.
Did you give him a setup?
P1, and then Milan closely following in P2. He was P8 in Q2 and said, who's going to set faster times now, acting like he didn't have the pace for it, and then goes and sets a lap, which puts him P2, just off of Ratigan.
Am I supposed to continue it?
You're supposed to tell me your thoughts or something.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously I caught the end of it, but very, very interesting qualifying session there. A lot of drivers invalidate on their final runs. Is the pressure on some of these guys? Hilly starting P9, championship leader, has not had a good quali once again. Hopefully he can make it up in the race, but the pair of Milan and Brad, who have looked strong in recent races, start 2 and 3 with Rattigan. We know Rattigan is a good driver. He just smashed it on pole. Under a 10th, but yeah, look at him. Even his picture looks relaxed. He's just that good.
Under it. Oh, jeez. And then Jock.
Oh, he's got.
People don't seem that terrible to me. You know, run through the
Okay, here we go.
standings.
Okay. In P1 we got Reagan. In P2 we got Milan. P3 we got No Name Driver. P4 we got Jock with Nate David David sitting in P5. The Ferrari of David Page Riley in P6 with Tuck in P7. Ash starting in 8th, followed by Championship leader Hilly, the South African, in 9th. And Matt unfortunately did not get to set a time. That is the Q3. What a quality session. Was there any shots in Q1 and Q2?
Any shots? Shocks? Oh,
Yeah.
shocks.
Was there any shocks?
Was there any shocks? Well, the Tuck showed crazy pace in Q2. I think he was third. I think. So keep an eye out for him. Call Me Arcade quality bands who hasn't set a time. So he's not always pace the same around there. And we know he's fast.
So he'll be starting towards the back.
Jackson didn't get to set a proper time. So he bottled it like Spurs did against Bournemouth.
I like that reference. That's a good reference. He's a Tottenham fan as well, right?
He is.
What a legend. Even though I'm a Man United fan, but yeah. Do you know how many drivers we have today?
We have, I think it's 18.
Oh, good
We have
grief.
18 women, but Jackson's missing his Haas team, mate. I bet he's gutted with that.
Absolutely devastated.
And I'm not sure who the other one is we're missing. I'll be able to find out in a minute when it loads in. Oh, it's a Ferrari. No, we have a Ferrari reserve today.
Okay.
I'm not
does
sure
he
if I
have a name?
butchered his name or not.
Oh, okay.
You can read it. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Does that
I'm
mean
not sure
Shaggy
who the other-
Carrot's not driving?
He is not. After having a good race last week as well.
Yeah, really good race from Shaggy Carrot last week at Monza. As
Jock
Jock
says
wishes
good
everyone
luck.
good luck. It's always nice to see.
Who are we missing? Two Mercedes, two McLaren, two Ferraris.
Mr. Other Williams or Mr. Flops?
Ah, yes, Mr. Flops. He's flopped it and he hasn't turned up.
Do you want to run through the tyres?
I will run through the tyres. If I can get it up. I'm so glad I'm not streaming because you lot see me struggling to get the tyres up. There we go. So, 1, 2 and 3, all on mediums. And Jock, the furthest driver on the grid, on a set of hards, on the alternate strategy. We've got Danger David and Dave on the mediums, Tuck and Ash on the hards, and then Hilly all the way down to Jamie in the Aston Martin sandwich, all on mediums. We've also got Jaxa, the only driver, on a set of softs. And then Call Me Arcade starts on a set of mediums.
I'm surprised Dave is not on the softs. He likes to go on a soft strategy a lot of the time.
To be fair, sitting P6, not bad anyway.
I think the driver to watch out for is Mr. No Name. I don't know why the game's done this to me.
You sound like Fear with Scotty around Portugal. You kept on calling him car number 7 because he wasn't allowed to say his name.
Oh. So Rattigan on pole, bit like Man United today, absolutely
Yes.
dominant. I'm
But
sure
we
you
may
enjoyed
see
that
a couple
reference.
of fidget spinners round here today. We may see a
No,
couple
our
of
fidget spinner was unreal today. Fidget spinner turned
I'm talking
into
about
Ronaldinho.
the spinning. I'm talking about the spinning.
Oh, the
We may
actual
see a
spinning.
couple. We may actually see a couple of spins today.
We could
It
see
looks
quite a
like Rattigan
few.
and Milan are fighting. Oh no, they're not. They're fighting around that corner there.
Should I watch the front or the back?
Yeah, you watch the front. I'll see how Jackson goes off the start on softs.
Alright. So Rattigan looks inside the Alpine of Milan. No Name in P3 with Jock in P4. Danger David parking his car in P5 with Dave Riley parking his car in P6.
For Brad's safety, he's had
Jock
to go
likes to
incognito.
angle his car quite a lot in every lineup. He is facing the wall.
Oh, we've got one disqualification. We nearly had a full run.
Oh,
there.
Jazz is racing. I like Jazz.
Watch me spin turn 1, says Milan. We'll find out. As Call Me Arcade's the final car to line up now. Here we go.
Jock is facing a really bad way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we're underway for round 8 of Pro Tier. It's a good start for Rattigan. One of the Red Bulls got a horrible start with Milan sitting in P2. Milan's going to go for it into turn 1. He gets the move done. Rattigan's going to come back at him. The two are battling here. McLaren against Alpine. Yeah, it was Action in the Red Bull who had a terrible start.
Contact with Action Jaxa.
Oh,
Jaxa's round. I think he's got wing damage, and if he didn't get wing damage, Axe did. His wings were flying off there. Yeah, Axe has no wings.
They would have wanted. Rattigan keeps P1 against Milan. Milan with the aggressive start against Rattigan, but Rattigan did well to keep the position. No Name still sits in P3 with Jock in P4. His teammate is down in P17 on the hard tyres. It looks like he didn't get those hard switched on. As it looks like the Alpine of Egolf Hazard's going for Dave.
But Call Me Arcade already up 4 positions, up into P14 off the start. They're just staying out of the way of trouble.
Dave Riley's going for the championship leader. Hilly is right at the tail of him. Hilly's using ERS to defend.
Oh, this is mental. That's right.
Yeah, I think he's going to stay ahead. Oh, the mat almost went into the back of Egolf Hazard. And Expired Jacob is getting attacked by Basson. Basson down the inside of that corner. It's going to be tight between the two, and there's contact. But Basson survives. And now he's going to get attacked by Jazz. Jazz tries to go down the inside and Call Me Arcade around the outside. What a move that was from the Williams driver, moving up to P13 from the bottom.
Great first lap for him.
Yeah, chaotic start.
Jazz have damage? I'm not sure. There's a bit of contact going around there. I'm not sure if anyone put damage. It looks like he's alright. But Call Me Arcade did jump on that chance and went round the outside. I didn't even realise Milan did go up to P1.
Oh yeah, Milan's got a move done somewhere. And here comes No Name. No Name down the inside of Rattigan. Rattigan's going side by side, but he stays ahead. It looks like Rattigan's strong in the corners, but he doesn't really have that straight line speed.
Matt's going side by side through the S section with Egolf Hazard. I think he stayed ahead just in time. Hazard backed out through the S section. Very smart.
Good start from the lads. As Action's coming to the pits for a wing change. He goes on the mediums, not the start he would have wanted. The Canadian driver.
Sorry to, I was going to say if you was anything then, but I think we're going to have Call Me Arcade going for Basson. He's all over the back of him.
Here we go.
And he's already jumped up this many positions before we get to the end of lap 2.
Yeah, the Williams with a phenomenal start. Looks like he's just going to sit behind in the sunlight, which is pretty much blinding as Brad gets past Rattigan down the inside of the straight, and Brad takes P2. Mr. No Name with he doesn't even have a number. He does have a nice helmet though.
I told you, he's got the infamous purple helmet on. I was saying about
it. Oh yeah.
But everyone down the straight is blinded by our lights, but are we blinded by this attack at the front? Because at the back we have a lot of people going at it.
That was terrible. Jock spun! Jock spun in the hard tyres. He's reset the track. Oh, let's hope he doesn't get into anybody's way.
He's staying out of the way. He is staying out of the way. He's staying out of the way. And he joins just next to Call Me Arcade. He's up to P12.
Yep, Jock goes wide there. Looks like he's going to lose even more positions.
That is not what he would have wanted after starting P4. He's down 10 positions. But
it looks like Call Me Arcade's going for it. Oh, he's going to stay behind.
No, he's not. He's in the back. Contact.
He's at the back of him. Hopefully that's not damage.
Nah, it looks alright.
But it looks like Tuck is struggling on those hard tyres. He's got Hilly right behind him. Will Hilly make the move on DRS, with DRS on the DRS straight? He's got so much more grip than the Alfa Romeo driver.
Jock loses another position to the Ferrari driver, reserve driver of Spiky, 522.
Speechy.
Speechy?
Speaky.
No
Speechy.
Spy.
S Ferrari, there you go. As Hilly has DRS on Tuck. Tuck has no DRS. It looks like he's got enough straight line speed. Oh, Dave's coming for Hilly. Here we go, the Ferrari. Is he going to go down the inside? Oh, he breaks like Hilly breaks even later.
That was close as well with the car in front.
Yeah, I did not think Hilly was making that corner, to be honest.
I haven't really paid attention to it. Tuck's up to P5.
Yeah, he's driving brilliantly in the Alfa Romeo. He's on the hard tyres as well. If he can hold out for a bit longer, the tyres will start coming to him.
While we're at it as well, I'll also say, in the Constructors, Williams and Alfa Romeo on the exact same points.
Oh. Tuck and Call Me Arcade being the majority of points for their respective teams. As what a start Milan's had. He's 2 seconds clear. Hilly's going. Oh, someone spun. Oh no, he hasn't spun.
Hilly all over the back of Tuck right now. I don't know if Tuck's got DRS. He doesn't, but Hilly does. Call Me Arkid fighting Basson. They're going side by side down the straight. Who's got DRS? Call Me Arkid does get ahead and he's up into P11. After 4 laps, he's gone from
and
P18
Basson's
to P11.
getting attacked by Jazz. Jazz
Ooh.
breaks later.
Ooh, Jazz goes for the double.
Oh! And then also Basson comes back at him. Here we go, Basson.
Not through the S's.
Around the outside. Is he gonna? He doesn't have enough speed to go side by side with it, and he backs out. He picked up a track limit for that though, unfortunately.
I suppose he picks up a 3 second. There's a Red Bull across the track there. That's Jock. He's lost even more positions there, I think.
Oh, Jock's not having the race that he would have wanted. Someone who is having the race he would have wanted is Milan. 2.4 seconds the gap is. He's in another world right now.
I don't know if you saw last week, win that race on the line.
I did actually catch the end of that race. It was very interesting.
You also catch me waffling my way through it.
Serge Gnabry. Here comes Hilly! Hilly down the inside of Tuck. Tuck gives him enough room. Hilly gives him respect back. Tuck stays ahead.
That's good from Tuck.
Yep, good driving from both of them. But here comes Hilly again. He's got better traction. He's going to stay behind in the sweeping left-hander. And now the...
Call Me Arkid. All over the back of the Mercedes of expired Jacob. He is flying so far, the Williams just to start.
It looks like Matt is right on the back of Dave. He's using a lot of DRS.
I think Jazz had a moment there. He's gone wide again. Does he have damage, or is he just struggling around these corners? He goes wide again. Jackson picks up penalty as well. He does stay out though.
Hilly looks like he's struggling to get past the Alfa Romeo Tuck, which is inviting Dave and Matt to attack him.
Milan is flying.
Milan is flying indeed.
I think he's getting all that team through the time for the S section. You know, he's hitting it lovely every time.
Yeah. As No Name is getting attacked by Rattigan as well, which is not helping.
Rattigan got a lot more ERS as well.
But we have a 5-car battle here for P5.
I will say, this fight with Hilly and Tuck, keep an eye out for David Page Riley. He might just sweep up and take positions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's 5 of them who are right next to each other, all in DRS. Can Hilly get the move done here?
I will say Hilly may be able to go for this. Tuck's on a lot more ERS than him.
Yeah, and he's using it. And Hilly's getting blinded by the light. And it looks like he's going to get attacked by Dave before he attacks Tuck.
As Rattigan goes past Brad. Brad's fighting. Brad stays ahead. He breaks later, but Rattigan goes down the inside and takes the move.
Good stuff from the both of them.
This is what Milan will be loving to see. 3.6 now after the fighting.
Yeah, Milan... He's managing his race well. He's got the pace over the rest of the grid. He's just hoping that Rattigan doesn't show the same pace he showed in quali. Rattigan's got 63% ERS compared to Milan's 40.
Going for expired Jacob.
Yep.
He's all over the back of him. He's going to have DRS. Jacob's got no one to get DRS off.
Oh! That was a big one. No, that's a safety car. That's what Milan would not have wanted. Safety car.
Jackson should probably be pitting now.
Yep, I would pit for the hard tyre maybe. As Basson comes in. As Speechy comes in. And Call Me Arkid has left the session. Really unfortunate for the Williams driver. He was driving phenomenally, but he went straight into that wall.
As Milan says, FFS.
Yes, we won't repeat what that means. As Jamie came in as well, along with Jackson. Yeah, that is a very interesting strat. Jackson goes on the hards. This is good for Ash though. Ash does catch back up to the pack, which is important for his race.
To charge back through as well.
Yep, he gets ahead of Jackson and behind Jamie T. So, this safety car, who do you reckon it helps?
Oh, it's got to be Rattigan and Brad, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it helps Rattigan and Brad. I think it also helps Tuck.
Yeah, Tuck was doing very well to fend them off as well, to be fair.
Yeah, he was under a lot of pressure, but with this safety car, his hards can go longer now.
Just got to hope he doesn't get a poor restart, because up into turn 1, it goes 3-4 wide sometimes.
I agree with you, Brad. I'm pretty sure the whole server agrees with you, Brad. Oh wait, sorry, Mr. No Name. I have to call you Mr. No Name.
If he types it, he gets reminded though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does now, innit? as well as a few other things in the
Yeah. This is
Discord.
why I said Brad has to go incognito today. That's why he's got no name. He's got to stay undercover.
Ah,
He's got to
smart.
stay out of the way because someone else will be looking for him.
Wayne will be upset that Brad's not racing today.
We'll
You know,
just say
I
it's
would go on a
cheap.
bit of a helmet watch. Who's got a nice helmet?
I always like Matt's helmet.
Who, Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, did Jacob just hit the back of Egolf Hazard? Look at Matt's
Not
helmet. I didn't really catch it there. Oh no, Matt's that one. Oh yeah, he does have a nice helmet, innit? The like light
Matching his
blue with the
car.
dark blue. Yeah, it looks nice.
I don't know if it's why Jacob's lagging a little bit. I don't know. I don't think he is. Oh, Hilly's been overtaken. Oh, no, David's into the pits. Oh, a couple people hit each other on the safety car, I think.
Oh, that is not what we would have wanted.
Yeah, again, it's gone the wrong way for Dave.
Yeah. I don't think Dave's the biggest fan of me and you.
Yeah, I think he hates me now. Sorry, Dave.
Dave, we apologise. So Dave is in. I'm guessing he could go to the end. Hard tyres for 21 laps. Do you reckon it can happen?
21 laps? Well, what is the target? No, to be fair, I think it's possible. I think I've done about 16 laps around there on the mediums at one point.
So if it's possible,
Probably go to the end.
is the net leader Basson then?
It could be. With a couple of safety cars as well.
Yeah, if there's safety cars, I think the net leader is Basson.
He did do this last week as well. He put tyres on that looked in a great position. Unfortunately, got messed up by a safety car later on, but he could be net P1.
He could be. This
And
is
he's fit,
just
right? Yes.
yeah. This has changed the race crazily.
As Milan says, I'm just pushing Brad.
No, it's to his response.
Oh, he's just pushing.
Yeah, he's just pushing.
4 seconds out. Yeah, alright, buddy. What do you say?
Safety car should be in this lap. I will watch the front, I guess.
Yep, and I will stay on board with Spikey, who sits P11 on the set of softs with hard drivers in front of him.
A very good start to round 8, round USA of Pro Tier.
At the moment, that's with his pace at the moment.
Ominous. That's a big one.
Ominous.
I've never heard that word being used in commentary.
Yeah. When things are like, oh, it just doesn't look good, it looks ominous.
No. So, safety car's in this lap. Milan leading this safety car. He's got good experience leading safety cars. He's done quite a few this season. Milan, the driver, sitting in P2.
Viewers.
Jeez, 18. That's actually mad, you know. I actually can't believe that. That's like the whole grid. The whole grid is watching.
If anyone's new here, I'm dumb, he's dumber.
No!
Going. Safety car restart.
Okay, Brad backs the pack up, waiting for the safety car to come in. When will he leg it? We will find out. The Alpine driver, followed by the McLaren. He goes through the final corner and he's gone. He's laid it. Oh, Rattigan had a lot of wheel spin on that final corner. He almost binned it, and that's going to invite Brad to put some pressure. Tucker's gone.
Oh,
and here comes Brad. Brad down the inside of turn 1 against Rattigan. This is the start Milan would have wanted. They go side by side. Oh, they stay alive. They're still going side by side. Brad in the Mercedes, Rattigan in the McLaren. Through the S section now. It looks like Rattigan is going to stay ahead for this lap. Brad picks up a 3-second penalty.
Oh, no.
That is big. We've seen Brad lose wins because of penalties, and he's just picked up a vital one there. That is not what he would have wanted.
Just like that, Milan's 1.4 out already.
Yep. That is unbelievable restart for the Alpine driver.
I think what's going to be needed is him to get held up potentially in traffic after pitting. That's what the other two will be hoping for.
Yep.
I imagine.
As looks like the Ferrari of David really wide there.
I'm not sure who. We got Basson all over the back of Jock.
Yeah, Basson
no, it's
is.
not Basson, sorry, it's Spikey.
Basson is definitely one to watch here.
Ash goes to move on Jamie. Down the inside. And he's up to P11. Not sure who's closer together. It seems like the back of the pack sort of just biding their time.
It looks like Jock went for a move on expired Jacob, who's found himself in P7 now. But yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on Basson here because he is actually net leader right now.
I think he is, yeah.
Yeah, so
can he hit him to the end? I think he probably can.
I think he can if he saves them enough. He can. Obviously, they'll be dead at the end, but that pit stop under the safety car really helped him. As Speechy picks up a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, it's 6 seconds from now as well.
Yep. As Milan has picked up pretty much a 1.8 second gap, which is insane. As it looks like Matt and Tuck are battling here.
Tuck's gone wide up into turn 1. Max took advantage of that and he has got ahead. So Tuck going from P5 down to P15 after the first lap off the safety car.
So Speechy here is on the soft tyre, so he's defo pitting again.
JB picks up a penalty.
Yep. As it looks like Jock is going for expired Jacob here. He's going to get in before the DRS straight. Looks like he's going to stay behind. Oh, he's almost in the back of him.
His teammate going around the outside of the Ferrari.
Oh, they made contact and Jock's collected him. Jock has collected Jacob, and he's going to lose a load of positions here. I can't. Oh, that's a safety car.
It's a VSC. It's a VSC.
This is even better for Basson. Basson finds himself in P7 with the two in front taking themselves out.
This could turn full safety car, but I don't think it will.
I don't think it will either. Jacob won't be happy with that. It looks like Jock had a bit of understeer and he just collected the rear of Jacob.
Toto is throwing his headphones around right now.
Brad is throwing his headphones going, no, Jacob, no.
This happened again. It's unfortunate because he was doing well there.
Yep. So VSE restart. These are always dodgy. Oh, Milan's in. Milan is in.
To be fair,
the rest have stayed out. Here we go. We have a race on our hands.
Hilly's in.
And Hazard's in.
They're double stacking.
Oh no, that's
Alpine
Masterclass. I think they're
yeah.
safe.
No, he's not. He's gonna get held up a bit.
Is he? No, he's out. They've done it.
It's an Alpine Masterclass.
I don't think it is. I don't think they should have pitted.
I do. I think the Haas can go 18 laps alone, and you're saving time under a VSC. Only issue is they are behind everybody now.
Yeah, that's his big problem. Milan's gonna be in traffic. He's gonna lose time. As Milan, Hazard.
Someone else did too, didn't they?
On the exit. That's so unfortunate. As we're underway again, Vatican inherited the lead. Brad's on the back of him. Brad's just on the edge of DRS. Is he going to get it? I think he got it there. He has got it. So he's going to stand the back of Vatican here. Nadine David has put himself into P3. But Hilly has got DRS behind him. Hilly looking at our podium now. Brad obviously has that penalty, which is not going to help him. And here comes Hilly, the Aston Martin against AlphaTauri. He dives down the inside. Can he get the car turned in? He has got it turned in.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Good move from there.
And then Pedroni goes for Jamie T down the exact same place for the exact same move. There was a bit of contact there, but they are still fine with that, I think. Obviously, Hazard picking up the drive through. That is horrible, bear in mind, he's just pit.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's anything you could do about that, getting the Delta coming out of the pits.
Yeah, because the Delta doesn't show when you're coming out the pits, and then I'm guessing he literally got past the line and then he was in the red. So that is so unfortunate.
The only thing that these Alpine drivers will be hoping for is obviously Milan at the moment he's in clean air, so he's not going to lose any time with this.
So, okay, if we're saying Milan's going to the end, Basson's going to the end.
Basson can go to the end. If he does, there's another thing. Another safety
Basson has like
mediums.
Basson has like a 12-second lead over Milan.
Currently.
Yeah. With 4-lap older tyres, so it's not that much.
Possible. If another safety car comes out though, he may decide to pit in for another set of mediums if it comes out a bit later.
Maybe, yeah.
But as it stands, Rattigan is nearly a second out.
Yeah, he's picked up the pace now.
And Brad's on the penalty as well.
Yep, so that will put Hilly into P2 actually. Ahead of Mr. No Name.
Hazard's taking his drive through now.
Nadine Davis still on the back of Hilly. Is he going to come back at the Aston Martin driver? The AlphaTauri has DRS. Is he going to use
Matt
DRS
goes around the outside of Jamie. Jamie goes back for him and gets the move done. Stays ahead.
They're still going at it, they two. Matt is going to stay around the outside, side by side between. Oh, he's ahead. From my angle, it looked like they were side by side.
We've also currently got Ferrari, Red Bull, Ferrari in P6 down to P9. A fight we've been seeing multiple times last year, and we're seeing it again in Pro Tier. And at the moment, it looks like Axe with DRS will be able to get this move done. Spikey, who's on a set of softs, so we'll have to pit fairly soon, I think. So I don't think those tyres will go that long, especially around the track late.
Oh, he went really wide there.
As Axe has gained loads of time on them there.
Yeah, Speechy went really wide and fast right-hander. Looked like he had no tyres left.
He will have DRS on Batten, but Axe is a lot closer. But softs down the straight should be helping them out a little bit though. But I think they'll be dotting off fairly soon.
Okay, so if we're using this theory that people who pit are going to the end, yeah, I think our current positions is Basson, Dave, Matt, Jamie, Jackson, Milan. Oh,
and Jock picks up a penalty.
That was big. So I think Milan's gone to net P6.
Milan with the net P6, but if the safety car comes out and he gets back up to P6, we know how fast he is. That's a spin.
Oh, Jamie!
Jamie T's had the spin.
Oh, that's so unfortunate for Jamie. As Action's going for Speechy, and it's quite a clean move. Is Speechy going to come back at him? The Ferrari, he's using ERS.
Now it's
He's got DRS.
Red Bull Ferrari.
He's got so much more ERS than him.
He's got
Here comes Speechy, and he's going to get back ahead of Action. Nothing Action to do there.
Up in this as well, I think.
Nah, Basson's ahead.
Axe picks up a penalty.
Oh,
as he's ghosted through Speech. Huh?
Did he?
Lucky there that there wasn't contact there, because he did seem to go through. He's going down round the outside of Speech. There's contact! Contact! Speech, he's off track on my screen. No, he's not. He's just lapped back on.
Are you okay?
Hilly's round.
Wait, Hilly's round? Oh my god, championship leader Hilly is fun. What were you watching?
I assure you not. Speech jumped on my screen, went off track, and then he glitched back on.
For me, they were right behind each other.
But in the process,
I was like,
Hilly is round.
I was trying so hard to find this. I was like, what is he looking at?
Lag on my screen, I think.
As Speechy is getting helped by the DRS of Basson, which is not helping Act at all.
Yep. Speechy's P5 on the set of softs. Everyone behind him basically has to pit. So even if he does have to pit again, he's in a very good place.
He is in a good place with his extra stop. So maybe this two-stop strategy, which Speechy is on, is actually a very good one. It looks like the top three are kind of gone.
Rattigan's 2.7 out.
Yeah. That's been really hard. Oh, someone else! No! No! Speechy's is gone. No! No!
Butchered his name as well.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, there's wing damage at the back here.
As Action Jazz are battling,
Milan
and Jackson and Milan are fighting.
And Milan goes down
he's pushed him wide. Wait, someone's gone wide.
Ooh. Jazz went wide, but Milan had a bit of wheel spin coming out there, so it did save Jazz from getting overtaken there. So Milan up into P12, but he's getting caught up in these fights now.
Yeah, I'm getting butchered by these camera angles. It looks like they're side by side, but they're nowhere near each other.
I can assure you Milan is behind Jazz.
at least I'm not looking at whatever's on your screen.
Fear had it on his.
Oh, when you went straight to the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, Jazz has spun! Jazz has spun! A lot of spins. Is the timer starting to kick in for these guys? As Rattigan is in. Rattigan is in. So where will this mean? Where will this put Milan?
Basson's going to take the lead.
Basson will take the lead. Is Milan going to come out ahead of the two?
All I'm saying is I said it was going to be a McLaren 1-3.
Oh, Milan is going to come out ahead of these guys. So
he is. He's ahead.
So
but he doesn't have older tyres.
The strategies for these guys have completely turned around.
That fighting maybe.
Rattigan comes out behind Milan by 3.6 seconds, which is not too bad. Yeah, but Brad has Jamie in between them, which is not helpful.
Another pen. Is that 9 now?
I believe it is.
It is 9.
So, Basson inherits the net lead. He just has to focus now. He's got Jock behind him. I think Jock has to pit. Then he's got Dave and Paige Riley with Matt behind them. This is looking like a very, very interesting race. Hilly's found himself back in P5, but he has to pit, obviously. Oh my word. This is crazy.
Basson is on 8 laps now. It does look like more unlikely that it's going to happen, but I think he can take them to the end. And if people fight each other,
what's
like I said,
8 plus 14?
Seriously, 22 Armand.
22 laps on the hards. It's fine. I reckon he can do it.
14 laps on the mediums.
Yeah. He will have to be careful with the tyre wear though.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. If safety car comes out, he may decide to just put into the pits anyway. But as I said, I did say McLaren 1-3, and at the moment, Rattigan is showing the pace for him, Basson's showing the strategy.
Yep. Rattigan on the cold tyres has lost another second to Milan. Milan's
now 7 seconds clear.
Yeah,
he's in.
Hilly's in. So I'm not actually too sure what the actual order is right now. In terms of stop, so we got Basson who stopped, then it's Dave, Matt, Action stopped, but I think he has to stop again, and then Milan. So Milan's net P4 with Rattigan net P5. I ain't got a clue anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure something will happen. We'll throw a spanner in the works again, like normally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure who's where. Rattigan at the moment is 7 seconds behind. I'm sure he's probably going, what? I don't believe what just happened. No, you know.
I'm pretty sure only a few of us know what that means.
But at the moment, he is behind by a decent amount. But if the safety car comes out, he's on the better tyres.
As Jax is right on the back of Egolf Hazard here. Going through the S section as Jax has completely cut one of the S's. He stays behind Egolf Hazard.
Cut that out.
Jax on fresh mediums against Egolf Hazard's old hards. As Jamie is fighting Brad, and Brad gets ahead on the
Brad
DRS.
Doesn't want to get caught up in a fight too much with a 3-second penalty anyway.
Yep. So now Brad's back in the battle with Rattigan and Milan.
Milan's getting caught up now behind the Mercedes, the opposite of Mercedes, the Red Bull of Ash, who's also fighting Tuck, or about to fight Tuck, who's found himself back in P5 but does have to still pit. Jackson goes round the outside
and someone's
of
in.
Hazard. Hazard's going back
Jock
for it
is
on
in.
Jackson. Jackson gets the inside line. He does stay ahead. Jock's into the pits. Dave Page Riley overtakes Jock because he's in the pits. Yep. Rattigan sets his fastest lap on the set of hard tyres.
Oh, this is interesting.
Gosh, I'm having a stinker today. And at the moment, I said, what did I say? I said David Page Riley. I was going to say, I said Rattigan for the win. I said David Page Riley's up there. And Matt is P3. Has he pit Matt?
Matt has pit, yeah.
Yes.
And he's got a lap fresher tyres than Basson, who we suspect is going to the end.
Basson's the second out at the moment.
Yep. Did Dave get DRS there? It looked like he didn't. So he will.
DRS. He has.
No, he hasn't.
What's wrong with my game?
Are you okay?
On my screen it just said DRS 200 metres, 200 metres, and it's just gone on and now it's gone again. Yeah, I'm just gonna shut up, man. Commentate by yourself.
So, Tuck and actually yet to pit. They should pit soon. I think Jazz still has to pit. But apart from that, I believe the rest are going to the end. So, we have a very, very mixed up grid right now, which should make for some exciting racing.
I should have known my game was screwed as soon as Hilly set a time on mediums and said it was soft tyres on my screen. I should have known it was over there.
No, that happens every week, I swear. As Tuck is in on the hard tyres. Where's that going to put him out? Ash continues for another lap on his mediums. He's done 15 laps on them.
Tuck's going to come out P11, P12, I think.
I'm so tired, man. What the hell?
Sure, everyone's having to know that.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be at my mic and said that.
Milan at the moment is all over the back of Ash. He's on 15 lap old mediums, he'll be feeling them now.
He will.
Not literally overly because he's in the car, but he will be feeling them at the moment.
Milan had a bit of rear end movement there. That's not what he would have wanted.
As Jacob's now up into P13, he's under attack from Jaxa. Jaxa on 3 lap old mediums. Will they go to the end? Should do.
Yeah. Theoretically, yeah. So Ash is Milan's title rival. Do you think he'll fight him aggressively here?
I mean, there's no reason for him not to.
Well, he's got to pit.
He's got to pit, but you may as well do as much as you can, I guess, before having to pull the trigger and pit. But he has got Milan all over the back of him. He's got no ERS compared to Milan either. I think he's going to pit this lap. I think we're going to see Action this lap.
Action's also struggling on fuel.
Is he underfueled? He has underfueled.
So that's interesting.
With VSC and the safety car, it should be.
I think he went defensive in that corner, and he's going to go defensive again.
Now. I think Milan's losing a bit of time from this.
He is. This is not what the Alpine would have wanted. The man who had a very comfortable lead.
No, he's not. He is there now. No, he is in the pits. He is in the pits. Axe is in the pits.
Yeah, Milan actually got DRS from that, so that should help him catch up to Matt. Ratigan inherits P5 with No Name inheriting P6. Axe puts on a fresh set of mediums. That will put him behind Jacob, maybe? No, not behind Jacob, behind Tuck. So he'll come out in P12 on a fresh set of mediums. What can he do into this race?
We shall see.
Nadine, David and Jock are fighting here. Jock on the fresh mediums, and Nadine David on quite fresh hards. So in P9 and P8. I had to think about what position
as well. Penalty free.
He is. Penalties will have a big implication on the end result of this race.
Go on, big words.
Dave's going for the move and Batten here. This is for the lead. Dave and Paige Riley in the Ferrari against the McLaren takes the lead of the Grand Prix, and Matt is right at the back of this battle as well. We have a 3-man battle for the lead as Jock gets another move done on Jamie T. Jock on those fresh mediums is looking rapid. He didn't have the start of the race he would have wanted, but he is looking quick now. He sets his purple set to 2.
He has done that, and his teammate Ash is by himself.
Is your screen okay? Are you seeing the right things?
I think this seems so delayed on my screen today. It's just completely random. I mean, Dave had a DRS on my screen, and he didn't when I look back.
This battling is actually bringing Milan into play here. Milan only 2 seconds out of the guys in front. Ratigan and Brad also chasing them down. But it looks like these three are quite comfortable on their tyres right now. As Speechy and Egolf Hazard having a brilliant battle with Jazz involved as well.
Matt is all over the back of Basson. Got a great run through the S section, and he's all over the back of him now. And when you look at it and you see 12, 13 and 12 laps, you think that's a lot. Is it going to go to the end?
Speechy's going to go for Egolf Hazard here. Egolf Hazard's going to go defensive on the inside here. He's got more tyre grip, and there was a lovely little move from the Ferrari driver. Brilliant stuff from him.
Jackson
picks up another penalty.
As Danger David sends it down the inside on Jamie T and gets the move done very nicely. But Jamie's coming back. Yeah. He's going to have no, David's going to have DRS.
Oh, wait. Matt and Basson are fighting. They're both side by side. Matt is ahead. Oh, it's close between the two. It looks like Matt has got ahead of Basson. And Basson, he was P1 a few moments ago. He's now dropped to P3.
Don't interrupt you, but Ratigan is now all over the back of Milan.
And Milan is on the back of Basson. We have a 5-car battle here for the lead. Oh, Milan's gone! Oh, Milan's gone! Oh, he's picked up him! He's picked up Ratigan! Oh no! That is the worst situation.
Human, man.
That's the worst situation.
Well, Milan didn't pick up damage.
Milan did not pick up any damage. He somehow survived that.
Oh, Ratigan.
That is so unfortunate for the McLaren, who's going to drop so many positions now. Oh, I'm absolutely gutted for him. He was driving brilliantly. He's put on a set of softs. You're right, you don't need to be that gutted.
No, but like, he's been
Basson picked up for 3 seconds.
Well, there goes my position window.
Don't swear on stream.
That's what I say.
You're about to say, oh, beep. David gets ahead of Jamie.
Been so unlucky recently. And to get caught up in something like that is actually so bad.
So Dave Riley has a 1.4 second lead. He is driving brilliantly right now. Basson in P3 and Matt in P2. Basson has a 3 seconds, so does Brad. Milan will still inherit P3, I think, although it is right outside the range of Brad. But this race has really turned around here.
Also flown by.
It has. Lap 20 out 28.
I also say, is Jamie going to play a team game with Hilly again this week? As the Aston Martin drivers are right next to each other again.
This is interesting. I kind of want to see what happens here. The number 40 Aston Martin versus the number 99 Aston Martin. And Inspired Jacobs battling with Jaxa. And it looks like Rattigan's coming into play as well. Rattigan down the inside of Jaxa. Oh, he's gone for the double! No!
Oh.
I thought that was going to end horribly. I thought that was going to end so badly. And Rattigan almost goes into the back of Jaxa. Now Jaxa's going for Expired Jacob here. He's going to stay behind.
Rattigan's so close to Jackson.
It's so close between all three of them. Rattigan's got so much more grip than the two of them.
One moment, I think everyone's getting picked up. Oh, they're going too wide. Is he going to go for the double this time?
They're staying next to each other.
Oh, Ferrari in the wall! Ferrari in the wall! That's Speed.
Oh, Speed, she's out. Rattigan has gone through.
That is true.
Rattigan's gone through.
That's a safety car. That's a safety car.
That's a it's safety car. Oh my word!
Rattigan is on softs.
Does anyone pit here?
What's going on?
Your game is correct that time. This is what Dave Riley did not want. This is what Dave Riley, Matt and Basson didn't want. None of them wanted this. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone pits here.
Jazz has pit for a set of softs.
If you were in this position, would you pit if you were the leader?
No, I don't think I would.
If you pit, you come out P11 at a minimum.
Yeah, I think I stay out and try and hold off people behind me because obviously they're on a similar situation as well. I don't think I'd pit, but I feel like if Dave does pit, I think many will follow.
Yeah, it's pretty much what's the game called, like Chicken?
Chicken?
No, I swear it's like you know when one person does it.
Today.
He's in. He's coming in.
Like sheep, following like sheep.
No. It's like who does the first move. They're all in. They're all coming in.
Moving on. Milan says
will anyone stay out? Milan will stay out. Milan's gonna stay out.
Milan does have underbody damage from hitting him. He said it's a lot of underbody damage, and he says sorry to Rattigan.
Milan is staying out. Oh my word! Is that the right decision? Someone else stayed out as well, I think. Jock stayed out. Jock's on mediums. Jock's on 6 on mediums.
Is coming out P3 on softs.
No, wait, no, it's P3. It's P3
on softs. P4.
Oh, Dave is going to go for him.
Who's ahead there?
It's got to be Dave Riley. Dave Riley goes into P3 on softs. We have a race on our hands. We have a really good race on our hands. This race is completely turned here. We thought Dave Riley was in a comfortable lead. He now sits P3 behind Jock and Milan. Jock's got half the lap old tyres of Milan, and he's got mediums instead of hards. We got 3 different tyres in the top 3.
So are we going to see softs on heads gone here? Are we going to see people sending it absolutely everywhere? And are we going to see a couple of incidents? Or are people going to try and keep it as close as possible and as clean as possible? I'd like to hope that, but I feel like we're going to see some lunges now.
So this is a good discussion here. So Milan stayed out, obviously. Jock stayed out, and Davis put new tyres. Who's actually in the best position out of the 3?
Dave's got to be in the best position.
I think Dave's in the best position. Jock obviously has a penalty. If Jock didn't have a penalty, if Jock didn't have any penalties, I think he would probably be in the best position.
We do know Milan still has the pace. He has crazy pace, but with underbody damage, it may be
underbody damage.
Tarnish.
So all 3 of these guys have different things happening right now in their race. This is crazy. And No Danger David is on the back of these 3, and he will definitely pick up any pieces that get dropped.
And Matt's on a fresh set of mediums in P6, penalty free as well.
Yeah,
we could see a good result for the AlphaTauris here.
Yeah, really good result for AlphaTauris.
I was going to try and figure out what positions it was, but I didn't decide. It just says good result.
But you know what? By the end of this race here, Jazz will win somehow. That's how crazy. Oh, someone's coming in.
He's going to come back from the dead. He's going to win this race. It's going to happen.
Milan will lead this. How bad is his underbody damage? We will find out.
I don't think it's great. He said it was a lot, and there's a lot of levels to the underbody damage. So I think we're going to be talking dark orange, red. I think.
No, it won't be red. Okay. I don't think underbody damage is visible on game, is it?
Well, I'd like to think not. His side pods are still intact as well. Nothing's flown off his car.
No, that's what I mean. Like, if you have a red side pod, you can't see it like from outside the car.
I mean, we'll see what you can do.
Dark orange! He is in trouble.
Dark orange, see? Don't doubt me.
So Milan has gone for track position here. Is this about just like keeping of hold of what he could do?
I mean, he can't. He doesn't have the pace of the underbody damage to gain positions back. Dark orange. All Jock's got to do is breathe on him, and his car's going to blow up or something. So we've got to keep it together here. Milan's going to have to fight this as hard as he can. But David Page-Riley on the softs will be looking to charge through it. Yeah,
I agree with you there. This race is now about survival for Milan.
Try to survive.
I think if Milan ends up in the top 5, I think it's a dub.
So Milan saying he's just surviving, and his tyres are 50%.
Oh, he's in trouble. I'm sorry, Milan, you're in trouble.
I wonder what song he's singing right now.
Is he singing?
Staying alive. So he's singing what he's driving right now. It's gonna be. I always sing when my head's gone. I recommend it.
Yeah, true. we should live stream one of our races sometimes. Our safety cars coming in.
Safety cars could be carnage of the restart. I see soft runners. I see medium runners. I see hard runners.
Yep, I'll ride on board with the leader.
Yep. Right, I'm gonna sit on board with Basson.
So drivers to watch: definitely Dave, definitely Matt. Basson as well.
All the soft runners.
Yeah, all the soft runners, yeah.
Brad's down to P10 at the moment.
Do you think Matt on the mediums is better going on the mediums than softs? Because softs can't last for very long.
There's not many laps left, that's the only problem. If Sergio came in earlier, I'd say, yeah. I don't know, we're going to see. I expect to see some cars in the wall, but, you know.
Here we go.
We don't doubt the pro drivers here.
We've got a 5-lap sprint, and it looks like Milan has already gone. He's gone early. Is that what he wanted to do? He was spun. He was spun off the restart. And we're underway. 5 laps left of this Grand Prix. Who's going to win? We don't know.
Turn 1. What's going to happen? We shall find out. And now, everyone seems to stay single file.
Yeah, it's quite a nice restart. Jock is chasing Milan down, but it doesn't look like Milan's traveling too much.
Lost the position to expire Jacob. Who's also got Ratigan in the fight as well.
Milan definitely picked up track limits there. He's struggling so badly in the S's. Jock's right on the back of him. Jock is pretty much pushing him through corners. Are we going to have a change on the lead already at the first lap out of 5? Jock against Milan, Red Bull against Alpine, Esteban Ocon against Max Verstappen.
Ratigan's round! Ratigan's in the wall!
Oh God, no. Oh, this day has just not gone Ratigan's way. This is one he'll definitely want to forget. But here comes Jock. Jock in the Red Bull. Jock is going for him. Jock down the inside. I'm going to lose my voice. If Milan gives the space, Milan goes wide. Milan stays ahead. And will Dave put his nose in? Dave's putting his nose in. Dave against Jock. On the soft tyres, Dave around the outside. Does he have more grip than Jock? Jock picks up another 3 seconds. Here we go. Dave on the fast right-hander.
That's been pushed off
track. He's going to stay behind. This is a crazy restart. This is a mental restart. And are the two Aston Martin's battling? They are. Oh, they both got wide. He's almost binned it. It's two Aston Martins and 2 Mercedes.
You could say it's been Mercedes right now. Here they go. They're going at it.
Jock's still in the back of Milan. Milan's doing wonderfully here. He's driven brilliantly with his damage.
Hilly goes down the inside of Jamie T. James getting caught up with Brad now behind.
He almost collected Brad in the process. This is a crazy race. And Jock is still on the back of Milan. Milan on 15-lap-old hards. Is he going to make it to the end? I think he will, but he's going to struggle. Jock has pretty much no ERS compared to Milan. Milan has 15% more than the Red Bull driver. But the Red Bull... he's had a little bit of a moment, and Dave Riley's going to come for him. Dave Riley's going to move up into P2. That's just unleashed the Ferrari on the soft tyres. He's almost collected Jock in the process. Now, this is not what Milan would have wanted. Milan does not want a red Ferrari on red tyres behind him.
Jamie's lost 2 positions on those 19-lap-old hard tyres. Hilly makes another overtake on Ash. The 2 Mercedes are fighting. No, Jacob, no. They're going side by side.
I'm watching.
Jacob against Brad. Who's ahead? It's going to be Brad into the turn. But Jacob's looking to get that move down as well. He doesn't care that that's his teammate. He wants this position now. Brad's
Jacob's going for it. So. In George Russell's car. And Jamie T looks like he's getting back involved, but he's going to get overtaken by Jackson. Back to the fight for the lead. David Page Riley on lap 26 against Milan here. Ferrari against Alpine. Who will get ahead?
Now, on this lap, what's going to happen?
It looks like he won't get the move done here, but on the DRS straight, I think it's game over for Milan here. I think the win's going to be out of hand. This is a crazy ending to this race. Matt finds himself in P4, which will promote him to P3. A brilliant race from the AlphaTauri, and it looks like he might get ahead of Nadine David for the first time this season. He will love that on the stats.
Huge defo jinxed him, but we hope not.
Oh, look how close all 4 of them are. This is crazy. Drops in the back of him. And David Ryder's gone for it. And Milan's gone. And then Milan's going to go to P2. Oh my word.
Matt goes down the inside. Does he stay ahead?
Matt in P2.
Squeezed wide a little bit.
Oh my word. Dave Riley takes P1. Matt takes P2. And now what's going to happen here?
We could see a 2-3 for the AlphaTauri right now.
We actually could. This is a crazy ending to this race.
Milan's got a break earlier. He has to.
He gets the move done. Milan is losing so many positions here. And someone else is fighting. Jazz is behind Baton. We have 6 cars in a space of 1 second next to each other. Oh my word. What an ending to this race. 2 laps left. Jamie T picks up a 3 seconds.
And unfortunately for Rattigan, this has gone from starting on pole to fighting for fastest lap. Not what he would have wanted.
It has been unfortunate, but Haley gets past Tuck.
His teammate's sitting P6 currently. Oh,
Ash is fighting Tuck as well, and Tuck has been there and he's collected Ash. Oh my word, Tuck is out. Oh my word, that is so unfortunate for Ash. He was just an innocent bystander there. Oh my god, what is going on in these final laps?
Innocent bystander.
2 laps remaining, lap 27 out of 28. Matt is chasing David Page Riley here. Jock picks up another 3 seconds.
I will say, Milan's doing well to hold on to P4 currently as it stands. That's double wave yellows. Who's lost it?
Someone's binned it. It's Egolf Hazard.
It's Jock. It's Jock.
It's Jock's in the wall.
Jock's got a 10-second penalty. He's going to get the scorecard in a minute.
Jock, he's been there as well. This is a crazy end.
Rattigan gets his fastest lap.
Is Matt going to make the move on David Page Riley here? David Page Riley's going to weave. They both have exactly the same amount of ERS. And Danger David is on the back of his teammate. Are them two going to battle? Milan's dropped out of the DRS of him. He's going to get attacked by Basson now. Basson's got so much over speed. He gets ahead of him. Basson is in P4.
He's Basson's in P4. I'll give you a bit of McLaren. Zach Brown is screaming right now. He said, put that on a sticker on the car. That's a sponsor with that dip to it. Basson stays ahead of Milan right now. And at the moment,
but Milan's going to come back at him and looks like, he's going to stay behind. Crazy last 2 laps here. Matt looks like he's got slightly more grip than David Page Riley. We're going to have a crazy end to this race between the Ferrari.
Hilly's been Milan hits Hilly.
Oh my word.
And Hilly's last was a fantastic 360. And he's kept it back on track. And I think he's got no damage. But Milan did pick him up.
Here comes Matt for the lead. Matt is going for Dave.
Up the inside. It's ridiculous, dude. Oh, he stays behind.
Here we have a final lap battle between Matt and Dave. Matt in the AlphaTauri, Dave in the Ferrari. Who knows what's going to happen through the S section? Who has more grip? It looks like Matt's got better grip here. Dave is struggling on his tyres. He's got less ERS as well. Is this Matt's to win or is this Dave's to lose? We will find out in a moment. Matt, he's 7-0 against his teammate. 7-0 down on his teammate. He is currently ahead of him. Matt He brakes late. He keeps his ERS on. He says, "Please give me the power." Matt with the DRS and ERS. He's got the DRS and ERS. Dave is flashing.
He's going for it.
He's going for it. Matt against Dave on the corner. Who's going to brake later? Matt brakes later. Dave stays ahead. Brilliant defending from the Ferrari. Matt's going to come back at him. Matt's around the outside. He goes for a switchback. Oh my word. It looks like Dave's done enough here.
Brad's got ahead of Milan.
Oh my word. Dave, I think Dave's done enough. Matt's coming, Matt's gaining. He's gaining on him. Oh my word. Dave's going to go defensive on the last corner. Dave's gone wide. Dave's gone wide. On the last corner. On the last corner. Oh, Dave Riley's going to win the US Grand Prix. Dave Riley wins in USA. Matt takes
P4.
Milan takes P5. Brad down to 7. Oh my word. Dave Riley take a bounce on. What defend against Matt on the final lap was brilliant. That defending down the inside was unreal. And he says
we are unreal. We are houses. As Johnson didn't bin it, got another penalty and let everyone play. Fair play.
You guys gotta watch that last lap again. That last lap between Matt and Dave, unbelievable stuff. Dave is our winner. What a race!
And Matt takes driver of the day, taking a P2. Fantastic driving. As Rattigan says, I'm not happy, and Jock says pass because I was having a struggling time reading the comments. Had to give 2 positions back for pure BS, says Jack, sir.
Oh my word! What a race, Frank.
That was a mental one.
Dave Riley
so
finally gets what he deserves this season.
And AlphaTauri 2-3 on the podium.
What a race for all of them.
Gets his race win.
Oh my word, Dave Riley, that was brilliant. I can't lie.
Oh, not there.
maybe this week you won't get penalised by stewards. But he is our winner of round 8 of PGR Pro Tier. What a session it's been. Oh my word.
You run through the standings because I'm getting my breath back.
Yeah, I'm watching through.
And just by Dave's reaction.
Yeah, this is Dave's reaction.
He can't believe it.
Yeah, he can't believe what he's just witnessed.
He's just won a race.
Oh,
if only Prime could see him now.
Yes,
Prime could see him.
Prime, take some notes. This is how you treat your driver. Oh my word. So we got Dave in P1, Matt in P2, next stage of David in P3. What a podium that is. All 3 of them deserve to be there. Baton in P4, he drove brilliantly. Milan in P5, somehow still in the top 5. Brilliant stuff from him. Championship leader Hilly crashed with Milan earlier. He sits in P6. No name. Mr. DSL Brand sits in P7. Hazard 8, Jacob 9, Ash 10, Jazz, Jaxa, JVT, Fratigan, unfortunate for him, P14 with fast lap, Jock, Tuck, Speechy, and Call Me Arkin retired. Oh my word, my throat is gone. I've joined you in the sore throat gang.
That was a...
Oh my word.
I think we just
Pro Tier never disappoints. It's so good.
Every race so far, the final lap has been something else.
It actually has. No race has been decided. No, wait. Every race has been decided on the final lap, pretty much.
It has been mental.
Oh my word. Apart from Action at Silverstone, he ruined it. Sorry, Action.
I wasn't here for Silverstone, so I didn't see that one.
Oh yeah, he dominated that race.
I've seen.
Oh my word.
And I think David's going to jump up the standings there as well.
Yeah, Dave picking up 50 points. What a drive from him in the Ferrari. Brilliant stuff. Oh, it's going to be a little day incident, isn't it?
As well.
Imola? I'm a little Imola merchant.
So we'll see what that's going to play in going into turn 1 as well. Instance page, I don't know. I think a lot of people just had their moments there. I don't think it was dirty or anything, to be honest. Just
no, a lot of them just spun and collected.
Another Raccoon isn't happy. I mean, the incident with Milan was very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But,
Oh my word! you did the whole thing. Everyone, thank you to Mr. FLW here for leading comms today. He did a brilliant job. I was just here for the race and I'm freaking knackered.
you may not have to listen to me next week as much because you know Armin's back here, so you don't have to listen to
Oh
me.
yeah, everyone! I've got a good announcement. I'm back full time throughout the whole quali, the whole race from next week onwards. So you don't have to stay at pit lane for about an hour. Oh, did I run through the order? I don't even know.
You did.
Okay. Well, my name's been PGR Keith in the Discord, also known as Armin. I've been joined by the GOAT.
Bruno?
You're supposed to introduce yourself.
Oh. Yeah, that's me.
What's your name in Discord nowadays?
Blue Drive Solo, FLW20.
You have like
Fraud,
6 names. Well, I've been joined by FLW20 as what most of you know him by, I think. Do you reckon more people know you as Blue or FLW?
More people call me Blue, but I think they know my name for the FLW.
Well, I've been joined by Blue, and we'll catch you next time.
Goodbye.